Meet Liam. From 9 to 5, he's tethered to a corporate desk, draining his mental reserves. But when the sun goes down, he's running a street food operation, serving up corn dogs until midnight. The friction of living this double life is exhausting. Naturally, the pressure builds. When you're running on fumes, handing in that resignation letter feels like the only logical move. It's the ultimate fantasy. Drop the suffocating day job and pour every ounce of energy into the project you actually care about. The trap here is the belief that pure enthusiasm is a renewable fuel source. It's easy to convince yourself that if you just love the work enough, that passion will automatically translate into paying the rent. But emotional desperation creates a massive cognitive blind spot. When the urge to simply walk away overrides your rational planning, you leave yourself entirely exposed to a catastrophic miscalculation. Launching a business with nothing but passion and zero operational experience is identical to jumping into an airplane cockpit without attending flight school. The initial takeoff might feel incredible. You get an immediate hit of adrenaline and the temporary thrill of total freedom, but gravity always wins. Without the technical knowledge to navigate turbulence, that steep climb immediately turns into an uncontrollable descent. Unchecked enthusiasm, stripped of structural and educational support, doesn't lead to independence. It guarantees systemic failure. This is where someone like Mr. Robert comes in. He's a veteran of the corporate grind who actually made it to the other side. He didn't make a blind leap. He mapped out a precise exit strategy. And when Liam asks for advice, Robert hands him a 7-rule framework. Rule 1 is constraint. You have to isolate your passion project to a micro scale. Before you even think about dismantling your primary source of income, you have to prove the concept works on a small, manageable level. This chart shows the critical 2-to-1 income ratio. On the left, daily survival costs. On the right, side business profit. Rule 2, independent revenue must aggressively outpace needs. Don't discard your primary job until side income locks in at exactly twice your living expenses. Reaching this mathematically verified threshold is what neutralizes the paralyzing panic that typically accompanies a sudden loss of a steady paycheck. You aren't hoping you'll survive. The math proves you will. But money alone isn't the entire equation. The next phase is about stockpiling time as a defensive mechanism against the unknown. Rule 3 dictates a strict liquidity requirement. Before you hand in your notice, you must secure exactly 6 months of living expenses into an untouchable emergency vault. Rule 4 forces a difficult identity shift. You have to stop thinking of yourself purely as a passionate creator and become a clinical operator. That means taking the time to acquire formal management and accounting skills. Rule 5 applies those skills. Implementing rigid management frameworks forges your psychological grit. It builds the determination needed to survive inevitable early-stage failures. That stockpiled emergency fund doesn't guarantee your street food business will succeed. It merely buys you the temporal runway necessary for your management skills and your determination to mature into effective leadership. Rule 6 introduces the requirement of longitudinal proof. A successful weekend pop-up is not a business. The operation must be observed over a strict 3 to 6 month window. This revenue graph shows why time frame matters. Your operation must demonstrate unbroken financial stability, maintaining a steady trajectory without volatile dips. Finally, Rule 7 demands mapping external market risks. You must identify economic variables, like supply chain issues, that could disrupt this baseline. A passion project transitions into a viable business only when its stability is proven under the sustained pressure of real-world market threats. Compare the tired, desperate employee who wanted to quit on a Tuesday night to the strategist who has completed this framework. The temptation of the empty-handed leap is gone, replaced by a mathematically sound position. Mr. Roberts' 7 rules function as the precisely woven cords of a survival mechanism. They distribute the load and control the descent. Passion definitely provides the initial momentum required to jump, but only slow, calculated financial pragmatism prevents a fatal impact upon landing. The choice is entirely yours. You can gamble on a blind leap hoping the thermals catch you, or you can meticulously engineer your own safety net. Constructing that net requires intense patience and a healthy dose of gratitude. It is a painfully slow, often invisible building phase where the rewards aren't immediately obvious. So, are you actively building your safety net? Keep moving forward systematically. Rely on steady, measured progression rather than explosive, risky maneuvers. True, lasting entrepreneurial freedom is never an accidental discovery. It is always a highly engineered outcome. Till then, stay patient, stay grateful, and keep moving forward in life.